Hello everyone. This is one of the Bibles that Jehovah's Witnesses had. And this Bible was made in 1984. Now, I'd like for y'all to look at something on the Bible, the New World Bible Translation Committee. Just remember that, because I'm going to bring that out later on. This is the new one they just made in 2013. The brand spanking new Bible. Translation Committee. Okay, you got the 2013. The reason why I'm bringing these two Bibles up is because I found things in these Bibles that when I was a Jehovah's Witness that I kind of overlooked. In my past videos, I have torn some of the things that I found in the Bibles that prove that the Bible is not accurate and it's not being honest. The committee that who took the Hebrew and Greek scriptures and put it in English, and they said this is the most accurate Bible than out there in the world. Okay, my question is, if the committee the translators who was anonymous, who put the Bible together, the committee, was they inspired by God when they put this together? Was the governing body was there? Were the translators, since they were supposed to have the Holy Spirit from Jehovah, to make sure that the translators was 100% accuracy when they translated the Bible or anything in the Bible, and the governing body would have to overlook to make sure that the Holy Spirit would have come down upon them and let them know that everything word for word that was put into the Bible was 100% truth. So there would be no flaws, no lies, or anything in the Bible. If y'all saw my previous videos about Job and who wrote the book of Job, they put down Moses. I'm not going to get too much in detail, but the thing is, if you look at some of these books, like Esther, you got Mordecai, and you keep going down, down, down. You go down, say Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah. Oh, let's stop at Jonah for a second. When you go looking up on the research on the internet, from Jonah, Micaiah, all the way down when you come across here, you notice that it has the same names. Same names on the right side and on the left side. Now, if you go on the internet, type in these names, who wrote these books, just by all these names, from Jonah all the way down, will tell you nobody knows who wrote these books. And it was not written by these men. So my question is, how do Jehovah's Witnesses knows who wrote these books when nobody else does? Neither the Hebrew nor the Greeks know all the books that who was the writer. So my question is, since they have no knowledge of Hebrew and Greek, who wrote the books, or all 66 books, did their God Jehovah gave him the information about who the writers was? Did Micaiah wrote his book? Did Jonah wrote his book? The Jehovah God gave the Watchtower the answer to put what was on the left side to put it on the right side. And by Jehovahwitness Bible, they're showing that Paul wrote the 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, Titus, all the way down to Hebrew. Paul did a lot of writing, but the problem is, when you search the internet for who wrote some of these books, they have no idea who wrote these books. That means Paul did not write all of these books all the way down, which I truly believed in the past that Paul was the writer of these books, but the case is he's not. I'm not saying not all of these is right or not all of these is wrong, but if you do research out of curiosity, you will find out that Paul did not write some of these books. So my question is, was the governing body got their knowledge from their God Jehovah? Or did the committee that translated the Greek and Hebrew Bible into Jehovah's Witness Bible, did they knew something that other scholars didn't know? Well, I found something very interesting that I overlooked when I was putting this together. Come all the way down to the end. The names of the writers, I mean Jude, 1 John, Matthew, 1 Corinthians, Chronicles, James, and all those people, of some of books and of the places were written are uncertain. What? Uncertain. They are uncertain that Paul wrote a bunch of those books, and in the Hebrew writings like Job, and different parts of the Bible, they have no clue who the writers was. So here's the thing. If they are uncertain that who wrote some of these books, why did they put it in the Bible? Why did they deceive me and a bunch of people believing that the writers was the ones that they put in the Bible? Make sure I read that right again. The names of the writers of some books and some places were written are uncertain. And many dates are only approximately. So in other words, it's a guessing game. The dates, they're not even sure if they're in the right time period. They're not sure the writers who wrote the book of Job and different books was the ones that sat down and wrote these books. So that means if they have no clue, would it be a lie to come across and pick out names because who you think who wrote these books may not be the right person who wrote these books? So all these books here truthfully, the Watchtower has no clue who wrote these books. So my question is, does this prove that the Watchtower is not channeled by their God Jehovah, not channeled by the governing body, not channeled by their so-called ones that who put the scholars put the Bible together and put in lies about the author of the books? And oh yes, let's don't forget about these men here. These are the ones that's supposed to have been there when the so-called scholars was putting the Bible together, and they should have got the Holy Spirit from the Jehovah God and would have told them, no, Moses did not write Job. So that means if these men got their okay saying it was okay to put Moses down for Job, the author of Job, and when Job was not part of the books of Moses, that means 1A, these men is a liar and a con artist. So the reason why they wanted to put down the author of the books is to make the Bible look more accurate and make other people's Bibles look bad, because when no other scholars knew who wrote these other books, that no one knew who the author was. So that means, A, was these men a liar? Or did Jehovah God